Oh, my husband just opened the door. Can you hear all the explosions?
No, but we've had everything. It's all good. We've had kids jumping into the live streams. We've had a cat tonight. So it's all good. So we're actually live now on the main 30 plus group. So I'm just we can just keep chatting while I just transfer this over.
Cool.
I'm going to try and find us. Sorry guys, if you're watching, I'm just trying to share this live stream into the group because you all, or we all need need these hacks to stay sane during this time. So I'm gonna just find our live stream down here, and then I'm just gonna share it over. Here we go. I'm gonna share it over to the group because we don't want anyone missing out on this awesome information. And then, sorry, I've got to put this on here as well. 5 hacks to staying. Sorry guys, just hang in there. Sane. Then
Lockdown.
now my fat fingers. Okay, all right, so where are we? Okay, group, got to name the group. Sorry, this is the longest part, just trying to transfer it into another group. Okay, and here we go. So cool. Okay, so hi. This is Cat Coluccio. She is the amazing author. Now this was a bestseller, this book, eh?
21 hacks to rock your life.
21 hacks to rock your life. And I'm just going to change our gallery view so that they can see us both here. Yeah, and so Cat is amazing. She is just a wealth of knowledge and a really awesome connected woman sort of speaker, and she just knows how we yeah, and she's a woman. She's a real and just so you know, we were actually dressed, going to be dressed the same tonight. When we came on, Kat had on her leopard print and I just about had mine on. And then at the last minute, I decided to go, oh, I showed you my regrowth. Whoops, we were going to not do that. I decided to... we were going
to hide the regrowth. Oh, I love it.
Damn, I decided to go feral instead. So here we are. So basically, really what we're going to do right now is Kat's just going to talk us through how we're going to get through this crazy time. She's got the hacks, she's got the knowledge, she's got the power, and so she's going to tell us how to get through this. Well, she's going to give us 5 tips anyway, eh?
I'm going to give you 5 tips. Okay, and chances are you already know them because we women tend to already know this stuff. Sometimes it's just a matter of someone just reminding you of what you already know. So firstly, thanks so much for having me here, and a big hello to everybody in the 30 plus fabulous tribe. And I'm wishing you all lots of love from my rocking midlife tribe because, you know, we think you girls are amazing. So it's brilliant. Okay, yeah. So 5 hacks to help you stay sane during lockdown. So I'm speaking to you as not only someone who's a lot older, and also as someone who also was a homeschooling mum. I homeschooled my kids for 6 years when they were teenagers. So I really kind of know what, I know, and survived. So yeah, still going. So I'm really thinking of a lot of you mums too who have suddenly been thrust into the position of worrying about your kids' education too, because that's a bit of a biggie. So my first hack for staying sane, and I'm sure that all of you have done this, but it is rally the troops, okay? And not just as a one-off at the beginning of lockdown, because I'm sure a lot of you did that. You sat down with your kids and your partner at the beginning of lockdown and said, right, this is what we're going to do. We're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to do this. And then probably by day 4, it's nothing like what you actually intended. But if you can rally the troops at least once a week, every week, where you can all agree to what the plan is for that week. So if there's schooling involved in that week, the kids are buying in on it, the partner's buying in on it. So it's not mum having to do everything. And you're all saying what you need, how you can see it can work, how you're going to do it, where you're going to do it, what times you're going to do it. And that way you're all working together as a team. Because I think you probably would agree, one of the hardest things about lockdown is you get all these lovely glossy images of families coming together and having this beautiful time. But the reality is there's probably a lot of head banging because everyone's in everyone else's space and doing different things.
Can I just ask you, because I heard Nigel Latter talking to Jacinda Ardern the other day, and he was saying, so almost like, not saying it's opposite to what you're saying, but he was saying, look, if the kids want to watch TV for the whole month, just let them. And if the teenagers want to just play Xbox for the whole month, just let them. Who cares? It's all good. We're all going to get over it. But so do you think that there's a place for that, or are you just like, there needs to be some structure?
I think there is a place for that, and I actually sort of touch on that later on, one of my other hacks. But if you are a mum, like particularly if you are worrying a little bit about your kids' schooling and you are wanting to keep a little bit of routine there, knowing that we are in school holidays, and he's really right in that, well, stuff that if you just do holiday activities for 4 weeks, it's not actually going to kill them, as far as their education goes. It will be a little bit more challenging for your seniors, but still, I think there needs to be some rally of the troops. Like, it's one thing if the kid decides he's going to go play Xbox the whole time. If the rest of the family aren't on the same page about that, that's when you're going to get friction. So if you can all be on the same page, so you've all got the game plan. So if that is the plan, we're on holiday mode for 4 weeks, that's fabulous, as long as the whole family is involved with it. And let's face it, someone's still got to do the cooking and the cleaning and pet feeding and all those chores anyhow. So that all still needs to be kind of negotiated as a family.
Negotiated, yeah. And do you think it needs to stay largely the same as what it would be any other day of the week? Just, it's still Wednesday rubbish day and it's still dishes on the stove. So you just keep to your routine basically, but then decide what goes on during the rest of the day. Okay, so my son's kind of already decided what he's doing for the whole of the holidays, and that's literally his doors shut and I don't even see him. I might as well just throw things into him. But that's kind of a happy, then I can make him do a chore every now and again, and that kind of just suits both. But so you just have to work out what works for you and your family, all right?
Exactly, and all be on the same page, because that's where the friction comes from. When mum or dad have expectations that the kids are going to do this, this, and this, and the kids are like, but they're confused, or dad's expecting mum to do all this, and mum's thinking, but he's home now, why can't he pick up the slack a bit more? So it's just that once a week coming together and just negotiating, talking, what's working, what's not working, what's an issue, and then just agreeing as a family, right, this is the plan for the following week. And so
good. And then just a little bit deeper into that, what happens if the plan gets bunked? Then what?
Okay, well then that's when you need to, at least mum and dad need to be on the same side.
Okay.
That's critical. And be on the same side before the kids start playing them off, because let's face it, kids are the masters of playing parents off against each other.
Well,
So if it goes off plan, mum and dad need to go off into the bedroom, decide what they want as a team, and then just bring the troops back together and go forward just like you would during a normal week with whatever discipline you use in your home to just, keep things sort of working.
So it's really just maintaining a bit of normality. Yeah. Oh, okay. So what's hack number 2? What have you got for us?
Hack number 2. Okay, so hack number 2 is going to sound a little odd in some ways compared to hack number 1 and hack number 3, but it all makes sense, right? Don't sweat the small stuff.
Yeah.
So, which is kind of, I think, what Nigel's sort of coming at with what you were saying. So this is one thing homeschooling parents learn really, really quickly. You can't have a pristine house and homeschool at the same time, because you've got science projects overflowing here and you've got Lego over here and jigsaws here and whatever else here. Yeah. So mums, for your own sanity, just relax a little bit and don't sweat the small stuff, because otherwise you'll be in battles with your kids all the time, and that's not fun for anybody, So if the Lego sits out for a couple of days over there, fantastic. If you've got all that type of stuff, you know what I mean? So I'm not talking about being dirty and stuff like that and not cleaning, but just the mess, or if the kids are engrossed in a game that could go for a few days, just chill and let it go. It's great for their sanity. It's better for your sanity too. And just,
I think I learned a lot about that. I'm not sweating the small stuff, bringing up my kids by myself, because literally it's just you by yourself and you've got 4 kids. It's like and if you decide, if you're going to worry about having a pristine house, you are going to have a nervous breakdown. So it's pretty much the same. You're in lockdown. If you're going to worry about every little thing, you're actually going to probably cause your health more damage than anything. So it is just good just to chill through it, just breathe through it. Yeah.
Because let's face it, I mean, if mum's not happy, no one's happy. So if you're getting tense and upset and just always on everyone's cases, no one's going to cope. And it's going to be really unpleasant, long 4 weeks.
Yeah, don't vibe the mum. Don't vibe the mum at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So mum, chill out. If it gets to you, if the mess and the noise is getting to you, that's where you just leave the room, go elsewhere, go do something different, you know. But just, don't sweat the small stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, now hack number 3, you're probably going to go, yeah, but hang on, Kat, you said this and now you're saying this, but bear with me. Hack number 3 is declutter.
Oh.
Okay. Now, yeah, I know. It sounds funny, but I'm not so much talking about like I said, the Lego pile or the stuff that's there because it's active and it's being used. But this is a really great time, and I know it's actually happening a lot, where people are taking the time to go declutter their medicine cabinet or their makeup or their wardrobe or those things that, you know, they've been left behind because you're always too busy. Yeah. And it's actually one of the hacks I actually talk about in the book, because clutter is actually a distraction and it can lead to overwhelm. And it's like sensory overwhelm. Wow. So if so let's say you're dealing with your kids, you've got the kids all around, you've got the husband all around, everyone's around, okay, 24/7, the Lego's there, the mess is there. And then you walk into your room and your room's got a bulging wardrobe and you just can't even find anything that fits you, which is kind of an issue. What's going to happen? You're going to hit overwhelm, aren't you? Yeah. Is this like, seriously, can anything go right? So what I would suggest for mums and for kids, 15 minutes a day, just pick one zone and just declutter. See if you can put 5 things in a donate pile, 5 things maybe that really need to be trashed. And it was interesting because I was looking on the news actually, and they were saying that don't drop it off at the Sally's or anyone like that at the moment because they're overflowing. Yeah. But like if you've got 10-year-olds, find someone who's got the 8-year-olds and see if they'd like some clothes, you know what I mean? And just pass it down the line like that to your friends. Like when my kids were growing up, as they grew out of furniture and bits and pieces, I found other women, you know, with younger kids, and so we'd hand on our furniture and clothing that way. So
I think that's an awesome idea, like hand-me-downs, and I have people who do that for us as well. But for me and my sanity, I just go, that's another part of it, like not sweating the small stuff. I don't want a bag for that person and a bag for that one and the shoes for that person. You know, to me, it's like just too much. I'm just like, put it all in a bag and knock it off. Yeah. But you know, I guess that's up to each personality and sort of what your levels of stress are as well.
Exactly. And that's why I think if you just do a small thing, like I said, 15 minutes, like mum, you're going to just feel that much better, like you've got some order and control coming back into one area at least.
Oh, so I'm totally going to do this tomorrow. So that's it. I'm totally decluttering a room tomorrow. That is
okay. I'm holding you to that.
I'm going to start with my room. So I'm not going to show you, but it looks nice and clean with a nice white wall behind me. But it's a sensory overload.
Well, I had my parents visiting. Thank God I did actually before this whole lockdown thing, because they're from Australia and they're in their late 70s and 80s. So I'm so glad I got to see them before all this sort of happened. But yeah, I did the panic linen cupboard, you know, declutter before mum came and saw everything bulging. It feels so good now to open that and you know, just order in there.
What is it about mums that they always seem to find the cupboard that you didn't go to?
So I moved ahead of her. I planned ahead this time. The linen cupboard was done and the pantry were done. So but they're the things, you know, that will just make mum feel that little bit more in control and able to tackle a few little projects of her own that might add to overwhelm, you know. Just
that's a good one. Cool.
Okay.
Right,
number four. Okay. So you would have heard when we talk about focus, all right, bite-sized chunks of focus. That's what's going to really help you. So this is a good one for mums, particularly if you are expecting your kids to do a little bit of reading or maths or stay on top of, you know, some of their subjects during this time. When you homeschool, time is compressed, okay, because the kids aren't in a room with 30 other distractions. They're not sitting there through roll calls. They're not sitting in assemblies. They're not lining up. You know what I mean? And that's all time that's gone. And I used to be a high school teacher as well. So I've seen this from both sides of the fence. And time is compressed when you study on your own at home. So don't expect little junior to sit there and do, 60 minutes, stay on his chair of maths, and unless he's like really, really one of these kids that just absolutely, is riveted by that subject.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, kids work better with small bite-sized chunks of focused time, just like adults do. And I mean, what they're saying now, that adults have like the attention span of about 8 seconds and a goldfish is 9 seconds. So we kind of got lower than that. So if our attention span's that short, we can't be expecting Junior to sit there and do like a full school day 9 to 3 at the kitchen table and not go mental, which will only add to stress for you too.
Yeah.
So whether it's your child, whether it's for you, same thing. Okay, so have you heard of the Pomodoro technique with the timers?
No.
You can get study apps too. Brilliant. Okay, it's brilliant. You'll love it. And it's a great one to use when you're decluttering. Okay, so Pomodoro means tomato in Italian. And the guy that created it literally had one of those old tomato kitchen timers, the old things that you twist and then it dings. And I'm showing my age and you're looking blank. That's like,
yes.
Yes, Kat.
I saw one.
I know that. My kids give me that look. My kids give me yeah, Mum.
Young. Yeah.
Anyway, but the idea is you twist it and you do 20 to 25 minutes focused work, and then when the bell goes off, you stop, you have a break, you have a drink, you check your messages, you do whatever. But during that time when you're focused, all distractions are gone and you just do that. So for kiddies, I'd be bringing it down to 10, 15 minutes. Right, timer's on, all distractions, no cell phones, no nothing. Boom, they do their work. They only need like 2 blocks of that. Send them off for a little run in between or something, and you'll find that your kids knocked off their work and can get on with having fun.
That's
so
good. That's so good. So you actually give them a little bit of focus, then they've got a time frame that they can work with, and they're waiting for the bell just like normal. And then so everything sort of stays in a nice routine but manageable. And I love how you said it's for us as well, because one of the ladies we were talking to yesterday, she was talking about how your body clock needs every 25 minutes, it needs to move. So is that what it's called? Is that what it's from? Okay, yeah. And so you actually need to get up and move around and do something different every 25. It's so good. Obviously that's meant for me because now I've heard it twice in a week. So
there you go.
Every 25 minutes.
Really effective. And like if you've got a younger child, who's quite a physical sort of thing, like throw a challenge in those 5 minutes. So like he's done his 15 minutes solid reading or whatever, right, you got 5 minutes, how many laps can you do, go, and things like that, just to keep them active and engaged and excited. And then one thing, like I did an interview with another lady who's an educator last week too, and we're talking about like a lot of homeschoolers will often just do like the core subjects, all those things that require focus, like first part of the day, then the afternoon's all about art and music and games and playtime. So if you are someone trying to stick to some type of routine with schoolwork, just do those bite-sized chunks in the morning and then just baking and all the fun stuff in the afternoon.
Creative stuff. Yeah, that's cool. That's awesome. All right. So and our last one, number 5.
Ripping through them, aren't we? Doing well here. Okay, number 5, know thyself. All right. Sounds like know thyself. This was a game changer for me when I actually first moved over here to New Zealand. I got taken to a seminar and I learned about introverts and extroverts.
Yep.
And it's not about how they act so much in public. It's about how they're energized, what they need. So an introvert, which is actually me, is the type of person that if I'm like after doing something like this where I'm extroverting, I'll need time out on my own for an hour to recover type thing. It's just an energy thing, right? An extrovert gets their energy from being around people and noise and everything. Yeah. Now, when you're doing your rallying the troops, hack number 1, where you're getting the gang together and you're talking about what you're going to be doing, it's really critical that you actually also know what each member in your family needs for their own self-care and for their own time out. So if you've got an introvert child or adult, it's understanding that they will actually need time away from everyone. So that may be the gamer, the teenager who just goes and gets on his games and maybe just talks to his one mate. That was my son. It may be they just need time out on their own, just doing something quiet, reading a book in their room, whatever. whereas the extrovert will probably want to hang around you and want, you know, bit of time and energy and stimulation, things like that. So it's understanding that what your kids need and what you and your partner need. So if you're home all day with kids and you're an introvert, like that's going to be pretty tiring. And you're going to need that time out in the bathroom or in your bedroom or whatever, to read a book, to do whatever, whatever recharges you. Yeah. And it's critical that you and your partner and the kids all get that, because you are sharing the same space, the same bubble for a reasonable amount of time. So
that's so interesting, and especially now just thinking about it, that means I've got 2 introverts and 2 extroverts, and now when I think about you've explained it to me really well. Now I can just see that 2 of them just sashay off into different corners of the house and start gaming or devising, and the other one's like, oh, I want to go outside, I want to go see my friend up the road, no, you know, some like 2 like a fly in a jar, and 2 just want to disappear in different corners. So
exactly.
Unreal. So extra.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah. I hadn't really thought about how it applies to kids.
Yeah. No, it's a real biggie, and because I found I learned it years ago, and I know from my son, who was a real obvious introvert at the time, I know a lot of people like coaches and some teachers didn't understand introverted kids. They think they're being sullen because they might not speak up, but they're actually engaged. They're just different to how they express it. You know, we coaches and teachers tend to notice the chirpy extroverted child, but that introverted one there is actually engaged too. They just react, and they act differently in a group. So it's not being upset if your teenager needs time out to sit on his device and just be on his own. It's not a rejection of the family. It's actually him needing time outs, and that's why I mean, if you can talk about that when you're having your family meeting, then you won't be worried about them so much, because you know that's their time out. They'll understand that mum needs time out, dad needs whatever, and it's just a way of knowing what you need and what your family need to cope.
So set up an obstacle course for the 2 extroverts and go and hide at another corner of the house with the 2 introverts. That's okay. I can do that.
You can do that.
I can do that.
So, so 5 really obvious, easy hacks, but hopefully, you know, that they're helpful to you ladies out there, and
they will
who are doing an amazing job.
Yeah, it is, and it's a massive job at the moment. I've heard all sorts of feedback from some people just really enjoying the downtime and just you know actually really enjoying it, and others just going, oh, these kids are driving me batshit crazy. So it's a real mishmash of feelings for people. So this will help half of us anyway. Now your book, your 21 Life Hacks. Tell me a little bit about that, because that's going to incorporate some of those ideas in there, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, so I wrote that I wrote it during last year, and my girlfriend that I was telling you about, I lost my closest girlfriend in July last year, and that's who it's dedicated to, as organisation queen, and she was the one who kind of, and the byline on it is stop procrastinating, do that thing, and live a life on purpose. And it's kind of like how I've lived my life. I did the whole midlife reinvention and went back to school and ended up becoming a personal trainer, and so it's a combination of what I've learned myself, and then me having been a teacher and a homeschooling mum and then a personal trainer, and putting all those things together.
You've evolved quite a few times, eh?
Yeah, my husband just I know I'm one of these people who does something and go, right, I've done that now. What else can I learn? I'm just always learning.
It's cool.
Kind of like that. It's kind of like that. So it's not hard going. It's exactly like what I've done, just easy action hacks that people can apply, particularly for women, really, just to get up and go do the thing that, is on your heart and that you've not been brave enough to do. Right. And then just last month, I published the teenage version of it. So now mum and dad can read one, teenager can read another, and I'm going to be sending Natalia a copy of each to give away to someone in your community too. So when lockdown's lifted, I can get a mailbag. They'll be coming your way.
That's so awesome. So I'll get some comments below, and we'll choose a winner or a couple of winners out of the comments below, and and get a couple of those copies out. Oh, you're such an inspirational lady. You've just such a so let me just tell you a little bit about Cat. Like I met her at an event. Was it a speakers event? It was, and we did a speakers training course at the same time. But she was just amazing in her presence, and awesome personality, and just a really, really inspiring, really awesome story. I listened to her story at first. It was amazing. But anyway, since then I've followed Cat kind of around the block. She just is everywhere doing everything. She's definitely a very busy, inspirational lady, often doing lots of speakers events all over the show. But I've had a lot of growth just watching the awesome stuff that she does. So it's really nice to connect with people like this. And if you win one of her books, you will just be super stoked to read her incredible knowledge. But if you don't read one of her books, or if you don't win one of her books, I'm going to link her here or in YouTube. So you can go and check her out yourself, because she is just an amazing woman, and she's just all about empowering women. So that's just
absolutely that's the passion. It's always been my passion.
And that's totally what we share. So Cat
that's what I love, because that's you too. Yeah.
So anyway, I'm going to post some links to your pages or your website or wherever. You can tell me what you want me to link to it. And you can go check out Cat. She is freaking amazing. You will love her. You already probably do love her. So thanks for coming to chat tonight. Really appreciate
having me.
Knowledge. Awesome. So we'll have you back again soon. And
love that. Stay safe, everybody. Thank you so much, everybody, also for listening in. And do reach out if you have any questions, or if you just need an ear. Just, hey, I'm going mental with the kids. I'm just reach out. I answer messages and things, And I hope that's okay. I'll give Natalia will have the link, but I also did a PDF at the beginning of lockdown, just practical hacks to help you rock your homeschool experience. So just practical, it's just a giveaway if you are in that homeschooling thing, you just want a bit of encouragement. But reach out. We're here to encourage you, those of us who have sort of don't have to go through that ourselves anymore. So
we'll link all of that stuff as well, so you can have all of you can have access to her brilliance, not just awesome. Thanks, Cat.
All right, have an awesome night, everybody. Stay safe.
Yeah.